during a Penguins-Thrashers matchup back in 2010. We would see a rookie Evander Kane matching up against the Crosby line. And keep in mind, Evander Kane was a fascinating prospect, as during this era we were slowly but surely seeing the death of the fighter in the NHL, as the NHL was shifting to rosters having at a minimum 2 goons who would drop the gloves every single game, where the NHL would peak at over 800 fights per season, to dropping to the 700s by 2010, and all the way down to the 300s by 2012. Whereas, Evander Kane was a prototype of the next generation, a player with high-end skill who could have those 30-40 goal seasons, while at the same time being able to drop the gloves if needed, and playing that gritty, in-your-face game. Think about the Kachucks, I mean, all 3 of them.
Sorry, Mom.
Because in this matchup, Evander Kane was getting into Crosby's face, which would domino into the incident. What is hands down one of the most, if not the most satisfying moments in NHL history, televised on live national TV?
Right after. He's out. Cook is out.
As this right here is an 18-year-old Evander Kane knocking out Matt Cook. Also YouTube, he was not injured. But yes, seeing a rookie basically one-punching a player after a dirty play is electric. But if you didn't know Matt Cook, you would have no clue on just how satisfying this play truly was. Because to give you some perspective on how much not just the fans know, but how badly entire NHL teams wanted this. Well,
and then I actually got a gift basket from the Boston Bruins later that year.
Wow.
In the offseason. Because of what he did to Mark Savard.
Wow, that's awesome.
The Boston Bruins would send this man a gift basket. Another NHL team sent an 18-year-old kid a gift basket for knocking out a 32-year-old veteran. Which begs the question, why? Why in the hell did Matt Cook develop this reputation to where him getting knocked out was celebrated amongst the entire hockey world? What possibly could he have done to deserve this treatment? And well, after digging into the history of Matt Cook's career, it was shocking. Today's video is sponsored by Fume. And I'm very excited for the sponsorship because I think it's something that can help many of you watching this video. As Fume is a no vapor, no nicotine, just flavor, award-winning air device that delivers great taste without any harmful chemicals. Instead of inhaling vapor, you simply breathe in natural, non-toxic flavors that satisfy the craving without the downside of nicotine. Because to be frank, we are in a vaping epidemic. There's a good chance you know people who vape, maybe you vape. We all know it's not good, but end up getting fixated not just on the vape itself, but the habit. That is the habit of sucking on an object, whether it's due to stress, boredom, or social pressures, which may sound silly, but it's true. And I respect Fume so much for this reason, as they're taking the charge in creating a habit-breaking device. It's sleek, portable, built to last, and with so many flavors to choose from, it's a no-brainer for those who want to kick the habit, or maybe just take a break. On top of this, and I'm not even joking, this thing is like the best fidget spinner I've ever had. So with over 500,000 people making the switch to Fume, now is the time to take advantage of my limited time offer, because if you order the Journey Pack, the same one in this video, using my code RobTalksHockey, you'll receive a free Fume Topper, an awesome accessory to level up your experience. So click the link down below, tryfume.com/RobTalksHockey, or scan the QR code on screen to get yours today. During a stretch between 2007 and 2014, Matt Cook would not only headline so many articles from his scumbag, dirty plays. No, but during this run, he would alter so many careers, if not end the careers of stars, which would single-handedly derail the success of entire franchises. Back in 2007, LeCavier was a top star in the game. He was a big piece to the 2004 Stanley Cup win for Tampa. By 2007, he had a career-high 108 points.
LeCavalier winds up, drives the shot, score! For LeCavalier, he's in. Vincent LeCavalier, he scores!
The man had 92 goals in the 2 seasons leading up to the incident, because during a harmless play, Matt Cook delivers a completely unnecessary blindside hit on LeCavalier, who, keep in mind, never had the puck. Just a garbage play, and this hit doesn't even register on Matt Cook's top 20, maybe not even top 100 dirty hits. But the domino effect was brutal, as not only was LeCavalier out for the season, but he would suffer a career-altering shoulder injury, as he would require surgery that offseason, and well, he was just never the same. As he would quote, "I just know that a player like Matt Cook knew exactly what he was doing coming in with his shoulder. He had plenty of time to move out of the way, but that's the type of player he is. Matt Cook is a dirty player. He's been doing this his entire career. He's done it this year, and I'm not surprised he'd make a hit like this." Because after this play, LeCavalier would see a drastic fall off in points and goals, as he went from a top star in the league to fading away for the rest of his career, all from a completely unnecessary hit. And keep in mind, there was no penalty on the play, there was no suspension here, as Lecavalier was entering the prime of his career, as this did not align with the typical timeline to where stars drop off. He was 27, a 6'4", 220-pound, 50-goal, 100-point centerman entering his prime. And with Tampa drafting Stamkos and Victor Hedman, Andrei Vasilevsky, Nikita Kucherov, combined with Martin St. Louis and Lecavalier, this team would have dominated the early 2010s. But instead, Lecavalier would never be the same, and he was now seen as damaged goods, as he would take a big discount contract in Philly, as they were hoping to get the old Lecavalier, but they didn't. The Markov incident. In 2010, he would deliver a clean but super late hit on Andrei Markov, because when people think about the 2010s Montreal team's defense, they think Subban, but there's a real argument here that Markov was their best player, as he was gifted defensively and offensively and was the backbone to the Montreal defense. Hell, Ovechkin would even say in an interview that Markov was one of the hardest defensemen to play against in the league. This was during Ovechkin's 60-goal seasons. And as a result of this late hit, Markov would be done for the year with a torn ACL. Pittsburgh would then eliminate the Canadiens, where Markov would miss 144 games over the next 2 seasons, where Montreal went from one of the most exciting up-and-coming young teams in the league to falling all the way to the bottom of the league. Now, obviously there's many factors here that leads to a team falling off, but losing a number 1 elite to a defenseman was a major factor. And here's where it gets absolutely absurd. In the prior several seasons, Matt Cooke was giving out concussion after concussion to so many players after altering Lecavalier's career after the Markov incident would happen. Also keep in mind, during this whole time he was getting next to no discipline. Not even a month after the Markov incident, Matt Cooke would end Mark Savard's career, as he would blindside elbow Savard to the dome, leading to head injuries, which would force Savard into early retirement. But here's the worst part. There was no discipline, no suspension, no penalty, nothing, as Gary Bettman would have to come out and release a statement, and I wish I was joking, as he basically said, well guys, there's nothing in the rulebook that can be applied to this incident. What? This is one of the dirtiest plays I've ever seen, and apparently nothing could be done. Also, I can't show the full extent of these clips without my videos being shadow banned, so I will link them down below. Because of his history, because of this hit, and the constant outrage from what should have been a massive suspension, the NHL would have to create a brand new rule to finally cover hits to the head. It's honestly crazy that this is what it took for the NHL to finally protect head injuries. And well, shortly after the Savard incident, this would happen.
He's out. Cook is out. Oh my gosh.
After ending, if not altering, so many careers, a rookie Evander Kane would step up to the plate and give the entire sports world some much needed satisfaction. But no, it doesn't stop there. Not even close. In 2013, we would see Erik Karlsson's season end from a freak Achilles incident, as Matt Cooke would go to finish a body check on Karlsson, and stomps down? Are you serious? If this was another player who didn't have hundreds of dirty hits on his resume, he'd probably get a pass. But considering it's Matt Cooke here, it's hard to say that this wasn't on purpose. And of course, Erik Karlsson would still go on to be an elite player, but without a question, he would lose some of his explosive first step, because keep in mind, Karlsson was fresh off his first Norris win in 2012, as this Ottawa team did not have a true superstar forward. But during this era, Erik Karlsson was basically what Cale Makar is today, as this may seem like an exaggeration, but prime Karlsson was that good, as the man was a game breaker who was putting up unbelievable offensive performances in an era of low scoring.
Makes one move. It's a shot away. Scores! Oh my heavens!
Spot. Shen's gonna lead pass. Hoffman alone. Scores!
As he would soon carry the Senators to Game 7 of the conference finals on a broken foot. But as for 2013, he was done for that series in the entire season. As a result, the Senators wouldn't stand a chance, where they would be eliminated in 5 games. In 2014, Matt Cooke would take out Tyson Barrie's knee during Game 3 of Round 1. Tyson Barrie would be out for the playoffs. In Colorado, well, they would lose their only defenseman who was capable of running the power play at a high level, as the Avs would only score 2 more power play goals throughout the rest of the series and would end up getting eliminated in Game 7. In 2011, he would attempt to take out the knees of Alex freaking Ovechkin, where Bruce Boudreau would come out and say this: "It was Matt Cooke. Need we say more? It's not like it's his first rodeo. He's done it to everybody," and then goes to the ref and says, "What did I do?" He knows damn well what he did. But here's the worst part about this. Not only did Matt Cooke not receive the discipline he deserved, in some cases he received no discipline while ending the careers of players, but the man would score goals and was a good bottom 6 player.
Scores! Scores! Matt Cooke cashing in 5.7.
Lays it. Right into the high slot.
Just to piss you off, he actually wasn't completely useless out there, as he was a bottom 6 contributor. So to bring it back, this is why this is the most satisfying clip in hockey history. This right here is why Boston would send another player from another team a gift basket in appreciation. I'd really appreciate a like on this video, a big shout out to Fume for sponsoring today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.